The lesson name is Roses in December. It is from the book Law and Literature. This lesson is for our first semester BLS LLB, FY BLS LLB. I am going to read this lesson in a detail because it is a very important lesson for our first semester. So Roses in December, it is by MC Chagla. Now Roses in December is an autobiography by Justice MC Chagla. This section epilogue of the book pertains to the 1975. This is the important year 1975 proclamation of emergency in India. This era of emergency is considered to be the darkest chapter in the democratic history of India. It depicts the murder of democratic institutions at the hands of some politician. Justice Chagla had a little bit of contribution in the fight of opposing the emergency period and had written this epilogue to describe that part of this distribution of his contribution. Emergency was claimed by Indira Gandhi's regime on 25th June 1975. This, so the question may be asked that when the emergency was claimed, it was on 25th June 1975. It was the immediate reaction to an impending crisis brought on by an adverse judgment concerning her in the Supreme Court of India and the growing discontent of the people of India. The country did not know what had happened. The names of arrested people were not published. Their whereabouts were not known and the reasons for their detention were not disclosed and access to courts were barred. Means those people were arrested, their names were not published, they were not released from the jail. Then detention on the what ground the detention was done, it was not disclosed and the courts were barred. So Mrs. Gandhi did not have justifications for the emergency. She was only thinking about her position and power, democracy or no democracy, and every obstacle to her power was suppressed ruthlessly. What people were witnessing was not the rule of law but the rule of terror. The inhumanities practiced, innocent people were suffering, police was indulged in barbarities, ministers and officials were misusing their powers for their personal gain. Those 20 months were of a disgrace and dishonor in the history of the nation. People who wanted to tell people about their sufferings and what all they are going through were not allowed to speak, and if they succeed in doing that, then it was not reported. Means here people were not allowed to tell that what they have suffered, and if they have succeeded, then the report was not published, and those who have done, they were punished. So people were either terrorized or they did not know what was happening, as there was a complete press censorship. It was not allowed to hold meetings publicly. Some people tried it, but they were not given permission. As a slight gesture to opposition, they were allowed to hold the meeting, but with the condition that they will not mention anything about emergency. Means emergency topic will be not taken in that public meetings. So in their speech, people said everything they had wanted for such a long time without mentioning emergency. In January 1977, to the surprise of everyone, Mrs. Gandhi ordered general elections and released the political leaders who were under detention. The emergency was relaxed but not withdrawn. She declared elections as the suppression of dissent, and the detention of her political opponents have her critics ample ground for a case against her. Therefore, she called for a case against her. Therefore, she called for an election to disprove these allegations. She was sure of her victory, as she was always under the impression that the people of India had a great respect and faith in her. But her assumptions went wrong this time. She miscalculated the situation. Janata Party won the elections, and that also with a great margin. The result was unique in the history of parliamentary democracy. It was a revolution, a peaceful and a non-violent one, and through the ballot box. The people rose in their indignation and anger against the misdeeds of the Congress government and swept aside the powers of corruption, tyranny, and justice. It was the people's victory and not that of the politicians. There is a no doubt Mrs. Gandhi was a arch criminal who was responsible for the suffering, the misery, the injustice that was caused to the people by reason of the powers she acquired under the emergency which was illegally and unconstitutionally imposed upon the country. It is indeed surprising that there is a no law in our country that can punish a person who is guilty of a serious crimes against the nation and who has destroyed and debased the constitution. A person who commits a petty theft uh, is to be sent to the jail, but the crime of inflicting untold misery on a whole people and of trying to invalidate the constitution has to go unpunished. Means in the last paragraph it is said that means for a petty theft the punishment is given in our country, but for such a heinous crime, for such a serious crime, the person who does this has gone unpunished, means not a punishment, not a single punishment is given to her or to anybody in this case. Here we have completed the lesson Roses in December by MC Chagla. This lesson is from the Law and Literature book, and we have studied this from the subject legal language for our first semester.